Tennessee hosted a big visit weekend, so let's bring on Austin Price of Volquest. Now, before we get into all the big names that were in Knoxville, Tennessee actually landed a major commitment on Saturday from in-state athlete Boo Carter out of Chattanooga. Now, he wasn't on campus for this one. He actually did it in New York City. He's listed at 5'10", 180, the number 6 ranked athlete in the country. Austin, what position can fans expect to see Boo Carter star at once he gets to Knoxville?
Well, it'll be on defense. He's uber talented, plays on both sides of the ball in high school. And the best compliment you can give that kid is he's so competitive. I mean, the guy just does not like to lose in anything he does. Really, really impressed by everything Boo brings to the table from a speed standpoint, change of direction. He plays physical. If you saw our story with Matt Ray, he described himself. A lot of guys describe himself as a dog, right? Mm-hmm. And he went specific with a breed of dog. He's a Rockweiler, and so that's I think a pretty good description because he plays that kind of physical tone, and he'll do so on defense.
All right, let's just get right to it. Tennessee, big names on campus this weekend on official visits. It starts at the top with Williams Nwaneri, number 1 defensive lineman in America, 4-star defensive lineman Cam Franklin, quarterback Jake Merklinger, who's committed to Tennessee, was on campus just kind of helping out. Offensive lineman Daniel Calhoun, he's been around the country. He was in Knoxville this weekend. And 4-star wide receiver Braylon Staley. All right, the fans want to know, Austin, Williams Nwaneri on campus in Knoxville. How did the visit go? What are your sources saying?
Well, the visit went as well as it could go. The bad part for Tennessee is I don't think he's doing anything anytime soon. He plans on taking an official visit to Oregon in the month of September. So this thing's going to last a while. So the momentum you got this weekend, and Tennessee definitely got momentum, much like Oklahoma got momentum off their visit last weekend, you've got to find a way to make it last because ultimately he's not going to do anything unless he changes his mind for a few months now. So Tennessee will have to kind of weather the storm, kind of try to hold on to the momentum they have, but they definitely had a good weekend with Williams Nwaneri.
Yeah, a lot of teams are going to have to kind of figure out how to do that with a lot of these top prospects because there's been a ton of June visits and not a lot of elite prospects are ready to make their decision right now. So Tennessee, not the only team trying to make that momentum stick. What about defensive lineman Cam Franklin? He's been a big piece to this Tennessee puzzle at the defensive line. How did his visit go?
Went really, really well. He is super tight with Rodney Garner. His coach, his family was here. His grandmother was here. Coach Garner really is really traditionally pretty good with grandmas. And so, this is something where I think Tennessee did themselves a lot of good this weekend with Cam Franklin. But much like Nwaneri, probably going to take some visits once things open back up and probably take get to a school or two in September and then probably work towards a decision. Don't think he's going all the way to signing day, but definitely not anytime soon, it looks like.
All right, Daniel Calhoun, he's one of the top-rated, uncommitted offensive linemen in the country. He was in Knoxville. He's been making his rounds this spring and into the summer. Do you think Tennessee has a shot with Daniel Calhoun?
I do. I think Tennessee made up some big ground this weekend. I think they were trailing Georgia and maybe even Alabama coming in. I think that they've caught those schools. Now, is it enough to get past them? I don't know. We'll see. But I think that they had a really strong weekend with Daniel Calhoun, and he is one I think I'm going to be watching come early July because I think that's going to be when he kind of pulls the trigger sometime those first 2 weeks of July.
Austin, you and I talk a lot of wide receiver recruiting when it comes to Tennessee on the Inside Scoop. We mostly, though, talk about Mike Matthews, Ryan Wingo, but this weekend, 4-star Braylon Staley was on campus with Tennessee. Where does he stand on the wide receiver board, and what's shaking with him in the Vols?
Well, Tennessee's going to take several receivers, and right now they don't have one committed because they're swinging big at Matthews and Amari Jefferson and Ryan Wingo and Braylon Staley. Tennessee hit a home run with Braylon Staley this weekend. I think Tennessee right now is a trendy pick for him, and we'll see if he takes the visit to North Carolina this weekend. Was kind of uncommittal on that yesterday. South Carolina is also trying to get him to come back to campus this week. So, Tennessee did a really nice job with the Aiken native this weekend. And, having Merklinger, who isn't too far, Aiken and Savannah, not a huge distance in town for this weekend, I think was a good thing for the Vols.
All right, I know the dust still really hasn't even settled from the last big visit weekend, but Tennessee eyeing up another one coming this weekend. Who can Tennessee fans look forward to seeing on campus in Knoxville next weekend?
Well, the first 2 weekends in June, they hosted 2 official visitors total. This past weekend, 12. They're going to have right around 20 this coming weekend. It's a massive weekend, so they've backloaded this thing, kind of like Clemson front-loaded it. Tennessee backloaded it with official visitors. Amari Jefferson will be in town. Mike Matthews will be in town. Braylon Russell will be in town. Tylen Singleton, linebacker from Louisiana. It's a big, big weekend, but specifically, let's talk about those receivers. Mike Matthews and Amari Jefferson. Yeah. This is a real chance for Tennessee to leave a lasting impression heading into the dead period.
All right, well, summer recruiting is here. No better place to follow it than at Volquest. Thank you, Austin, for joining the Inside Scoop today.
Appreciate it, Josh. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Make sure you smash that subscribe button for me, and remember to check out all the videos on the On3 YouTube page.